I'm so glad to have you here
So glad to be here with you in our houses.
in our houses, here with you, together and not. Well, I've got some fun questions for you because I'd like to do an interview so that we can let the Queen City Music Internet fans know all about you and your amazingness.
Sounds good. I'm ready to tell all. Well, not all.
Mm. A little more about my questions. Just kidding.
Oh.
Um, well, I know you've been playing for like your whole life. I'd like to know how old you were when you started playing and what instruments you play, and then if you can remember the first song you ever wrote or learned, one of your like first songs.
Oh, okay. Sure. Well, I was really lucky because when I grew up, we were living outside New York City, and my parents were very into music and the arts and things like that. And so every Saturday from age like, I think like kindergarten maybe, we went into New York City and I went to Juilliard every Saturday for music lessons and
Wow.
classes and stuff. But I got the Suzuki teacher, Miss Louise Barron, and she was the first Suzuki teacher in America. She had gone to Japan and found out about this method, which is basically learning by ear,
Hmm.
put together by Shinichiki Suzuki, who was a violin teacher in Japan. And she brought it back to America, and the idea was to start children very, very young and to learn by ear and use repetition and things like that to be able to start playing music and eventually learning how to read music and things like that. So I got the ear training very, very young. I was never got progressed enough to be a classical violinist, but I learned some good technique. And basically, when I started playing old time fiddle music when I was in my teens, it was very easy for me to do that because I'd already learned to play by ear and had that was sort of part of my background there.
Yeah.
So the first tune I played, I'm sure, for when I was five was probably Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star,
Mhm.
with lots of different variations, which is sort of the way I teach now when I'm teaching fiddle or banjo guitar. We'll start with something very simple, and then we start adding techniques and rhythms and things like that. So even though I'm not a trained Suzuki teacher, I use a lot of that approach in the way I teach. So
Yeah, awesome.
I was
I do a
very good.
similar thing with.
Actually, I'll just tell you one little thing too, because when I asked my mom recently why I got the Suzuki teacher, my twin brother didn't. She didn't really understand why, but my brother John is very intellectual and very brainy and stuff, and so he was able to deal with a more formal education. And when I think about myself and my learning style, it made completely sense that the
Yeah.
teachers, oh, let's try the experiment on this little one here.
No, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's
I
really
love
cool.
that. All right, I have a silly question next.
Okay.
What is the best dessert you have ever eaten in your life?
Oh
Okay, top
gosh.
three. Top three. Sorry, I know that's a hard
Oh
question.
well, I love tiramisu. Tiramisu is just love. I love cheesecake,
Yes, yes.
especially with like strawberries or blueberries or something. And then I'm not a baker, but I love a really great like apple pie or blueberry pie with really great crust and uh, vanilla ice cream.
Oh, yes, yes. No chocolate in that list.
Strawberry shortcake. Oh, there's all sorts of things. That's
Is
funny.
there
How
one
about
that
what's
you,
your favorite dessert?
what's mine?
Yeah.
It's got to be chocolate, which is like
Okay. Now you
one
think
of your
chocolate.
options is not chocolate. Chocolate anything.
There you
Um,
go. Forgot about
is
chocolate.
there one that you make? Is there a dessert that you make? Because just so everybody knows, Jane is my neighbor and she lives just up the street. So if there is a dessert she's making sometime, I might need to know about
Well,
it.
I'm not really a dessert person as such. Usually, if there's dessert, it has to do with like fresh fruit or something like that. I'm more of a savory cook,
Me
so
too. I have a salt tooth rather than a sweet tooth, I think.
okay, then we need to talk.
Okay. All right. And let's see, one more question. I heard just the cutest story about how you and your husband got together the other day, and I would love if you would feel like sharing that with the world. Um, and just a little bit about your musical family.
Oh, sure. Well, let's see. When I was a junior in college, and I did graduate, I got a degree in political studies with a minor in dance because I could get college
Really?
for all the dance classes I took. Yep.
Cool.
Yep, yep. And I really, to be honest, I really credit my teaching ability. And I have like, I have to just say this, I have like magic teaching powers. I can teach anybody to play. So I can break it down and make people get on board with playing really quickly. And I think that has to do with a lot of the different teachers that I had. I used to do figure skating when I was younger, and I had these great teachers who, would do things where they would just break things down and just say the right thing or notice the thing to change to make it work. And that's kind of my one of my superpowers. But I met Alan when I was a junior at college. I went to Scotland. I went to Aberdeen, Scotland, and he was up there on the stage wearing his overalls because he'd just come back from visiting friends in America. He's Scottish from Aberdeen, and he was up there about to sing a bluegrass song called "In Search of Amelia Earhart." And right before he announced the name of the song, I thought of it, and then he said that he was going to sing that. So of course I went to introduce myself, and I'm not going to tell you the rest of the story, but it was just meant to be. That was a long time ago.
So
And
cute.
my musical family, yeah, my sister Susie Thompson is an amazing fiddler and guitar player and singer and songwriter and blues and Cajun and old time and all sorts of things. And my twin brother John plays Eastern Indian music and Cajun music. And my older brother Larry, he's the professor of the family. He plays a lot of guitar and things like that. So yeah, we're very very lucky. I have to
So
say, you have
cool.
a musical family too, so you
I
can.
know. I just think that's so special that when you grow up immersed in music, your life is just musical and filled with musical people and connections. And I just love all of that. If
And
you guys,
it's never too late to start that musical family.
that's true.
I've taught from age 5 to age 75 people to play from scratch. So, even if people have never played an instrument before, it's never too late to start. It's not a race, it's just a journey.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Huh.
well, I
Quote.
am so excited, Jane, to have some classes up on our website for you for our big semester starting in August. And folks can sign up for private lessons and several instruments with Jane. Would you tell us what those instruments are? We've got banjo.
Clawhammer banjo. Yep, not bluegrass banjo.
Oh wait,
Clawhammer
show me
banjo.
your fingers.
Oh, yeah, these are the nails. These are stick-on nails that I have for playing clawhammer banjo. We don't pick. We hit the string with the back of the nail. And that's actually the sort of precursor to the bluegrass style of playing. Although bluegrass style is very old and traditional as well. Banjo, of course, originally coming with the enslaved people from Africa many years ago, influenced all of our old time music. And then I'll be teaching, offering up old time fiddle or just regular fiddle. I can teach you to play the instrument, and we can work on whatever kind of music you want, really. But I use traditional fiddle music sort of as the repertoire, I guess. And then also a bit of backup, basic backup, old time guitar, bass runs, chords. Help you maybe accompany a fiddler or a banjo player or a song. And I'll be offering up private lessons with folks, but if people are interested in doing a group lesson, since I'm kind of new to the area, if we get enough interest to do that, two or three people will make a group. Then I'm
Yeah.
happy to put that together too.
Janie's Jam Club
Yeah,
at Queen
yeah,
City Music Studios.
yeah.
Jazz hands.
Ah.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Jane, and thanks everybody for watching. I just wanted to introduce her to the world, and I know you'll love Jane as much as I do. Come find us at Queen City Music Studios. Come find us busking in downtown Staunton during the busk out weekends through Labor Day.
Yeah, it's one big happy family.
Yeah. Okay, hard hands. All right, thanks everybody. Mwah. Love you, Jane.
Bye bye.
Speculate.